up to me and he goes, "Hey, what happened to the head reaction?" And I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he goes, "Oh, you got knocked out!" And they throw an ice pack on my back, and they're like, "Are you good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." And we go right back into it.
You've also had the opportunity, as being a part of A711, to work on the John Wick franchise in a bunch of different regards. One of which I know, like I'll throw on the screen, is you're the guy that gets thrown onto the kitchen countertop by Keanu and then bashes off. And so which Wicks did you get to work on, and in what capacity did you work on them? Because I know you worked a lot with actor training, prep, and actually performing as well. So what was things you got to do on that franchise?
So on one, I was the throwing dummy, and that was the technical. They called me the Uki.
Yes.
And we actually, 8711 actually got this script in the very beginning, and what happened was Dave and Chad pitched that they wanted to direct this film, and Keanu was all about it. In the very beginning, it was like 6 months of prep with Keanu. Off the books, no pay. This was all like purely like
just at the shop.
Yeah. And one of my really good friends, Eric Brown, was brought in to be the judo jiu-jitsu coach of the film. And he was like, "Justin, he's the skinniest, he's the lightest, his arms are flexible, let's use him." And I was like, "Cool." And it was like every morning, 9 a.m. with Keanu. But at 7 a.m., I had to learn what we were going to teach him. And it was like 7 a.m., Justin, you get thrown on your head. You know, like, and I'm over here like by 9 o'clock, I really don't remember what's going on. But thank Keanu for asking me to go out to be his Uki on the first one, because I was then a part of the core team for John Wick. We go out to John Wick and we're working on the first one. Again, I was just the first throwing dummy. But these guys worked nonstop 6 and 7 days with Keanu to R&D all this stuff. And it was insane because I blew out my knee during the first film, and so did Danny Hernandez. So actually in that scene that you guys see where I get thrown on the table, I wasn't actually supposed to play that part. And on the day, Danny Hernandez comes up to me and goes, "Hey, I got the scene right after where I'm fighting. I don't think I can get on this table. Is it okay if we switch?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And he goes, "Come on, young blood, you're young, you know, you get it. You're light. I need you." And I was like, "Yeah, yes, sir." You know, and I'm like 23 years old, scared out of my mind, you know, like, "Yes, sir." I get up there, and the first one I completely miss. Like, Keanu like freaks out, grabs me. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. And then we go, I think it was on take 6, we finally get it. He goes and he does his head movement, and I just go to lay out, and I'm double jointed, but I don't know how it looks. And everybody just thought I was decapitated. Everybody ran out and was like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm good." And at the end of the night, Keanu actually thanked me while everybody was clapping. And he was like, No, Justin was the one who did it all. It wasn't me." And it was just one of those things where, like, he is such a solid actor. Even on day 2 of the same sequence, I played the library part, and it was so dark in there. I actually got knocked out from one of his gun strips. And when I got knocked out, he grabbed my hand and he threw me against the bookshelf, and that's what actually woke me up. So when you see it in the take, I wake up and I jump as much as I could on the evening, because I heard Jojo and Chad say, "Jump," and I heard, "Get light," and it was like you're like fighting in a match, you know, like you just hear your coach, and I just felt "Get light." I hit the floor and he drags me across the steps, and I realized, oh shit, I'm in the scene. And when I wake up, Jojo comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, what happened to the head reaction?" And I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he goes, "Oh, you got knocked out." And they throw an ice pack on my back, and they're like, "Are you good?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And we go right back into it, you know?
Yeah.
right after that, I have surgery for my knee. I'm in the editing room for John Wick, and I'm watching all these things, and I'm learning how these guys are directors, like how they have to take everything in. And like people say, like, careful what you wish for. Dude, these guys work so hard. Like, if you want to become a director, you should definitely prep yourself and watch these guys, because going into two is even more like, how do you beat one? Yeah, I was
Yeah, of course.
like, you can't. So how do you do that? You make Keanu better.
Yeah.
Like, JJ went out and started looking for gun ranges. We found Terran Tactical's gun range. Like we got to utilize his place. And JJ had a lot of military background and influence, and he knows a lot of people, and so did I. And at that point, after one, I was like, I want to learn about guns, because this is the coolest thing. What did I do? I went online and I researched every single day when I had my leg tied up, and I was just dry firing. And I saw this company called T-Rex, which sends me a lot of stuff, Lucas Bakken, and I started to learn his tactics. And I wanted to like show JJ, and JJ took that and everything he knew and started creating John Wick 2.
Yes.
So the chamber check, down to the magazine flick, down to the sweeping to pull the jacket to holster, like all these things, that was all JJ actually. And it was like, oh, like watching him influence all these guys to go down that path and create John Wick 2, and it became the gun jitsu movie, was like amazing to be a part of. Like, and I didn't really have much to do with it. I was part of the training. I got to fight coordinate in the actual shoot, and be a part of the core team of that. Get to R&D a lot of stuff for Chad and JJ, but it was 3. I didn't really get to get a part of because I was working on Bloodshot, but that's another film itself, like massive film. 3, kudos to them, man. They killed it.
Yeah.